Okay. Nick, how's it going today?
Good. How are you doing, Taylor?
Doing good. Thanks for having us over. Excited to sit down with you.
Yeah, well, stand up with you.
Standing
Yeah.
up. You guys got to show me what you got around here. So a lot of moving around, I guess. You guys got a big storage area through here.
Yeah, big old warehouse. This is where we keep a lot of our equipment and assemble a lot of our product and stuff. So
Right
glad you can
on.
see it. You can
Yeah,
get
it's
the
cool
real
stuff.
deal.
I like it.
Yeah.
How long you guys been doing this?
We've been around for a while, about 10 years or so, a little over 10 years. Just been started out running it out of my garage, and we've been expanding and growing ever since. So.
Right on. What made you get into all the storage organization stuff for your garages?
Yeah, it's kind of a funny story, I guess. I mean, just like anybody, my garage was just a nightmare.
All the
And
kids?
all the kids, I had crap everywhere. And I was shocked that I realized I had the square footage to keep my car in there, but there was no way it was ever going to
Mm,
fit. And so um, after searching around, I couldn't find anything to help me kind of organize the garage very well. And so just decided to create my own
right
system.
on.
And after kind of working a few things, I was able to easily fit my car in there with all of the same stuff I had, and just figured I could probably start selling it, help other people organize their garages too. So
That's way cool. So is it just you that started and is running this, or did you get partners or?
I started it up myself, and then by now we've grown and we have a number of employees and people helping out too.
That's
But
cool.
I'm the man. I'm
You're
the
the dude
founder.
here.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So were all these different ideas yours? Because I mean, you've got such a broad spectrum of like for your walls, and then contracting. You have to get contracting licenses to do all like the flooring and stuff. So
Yeah,
how did all
I
that come about?
I started with the hangers and the walls and
Hmm.
stuff, and then since that's proved successful, we've kind of expanded into the flooring and other areas with the R&D team and stuff. But originally, for the first probably 5 years or so, it was just the walls, and then we've grown since then, and we're trying to keep growing. So
Good for you guys. That's awesome.
yeah, it's a lot of fun. I never envisioned myself doing it, but it's been fun. I love running my own business.
Yeah,
So.
for sure. That's cool. So, obviously, kind of from what it sounds like here, your whole vision for this company is growth. Is that correct?
Yeah, absolutely. We're primarily in eastern Idaho right now, located out of Rexburg here, obviously, and I'd love to spread this thing across the country and,
Yeah,
and get it going all over. So
for sure. I don't see why not. This is an awesome product.
yeah,
So, what kind of things are you guys doing that is like helping you implement that growth?
just trying to increase awareness. Obviously, like I said, Idaho is pretty. The product is pretty well known.
Yeah.
Trying to expand and get it in as many garages as we can. Word of mouth is the fastest way that
Okay.
we grow, but we're taking out advertisements and doing typical things to increase the knowledge of the product. We know that when people know about it, they'll buy it, but it's just getting people to
Yeah.
know about it. So we're trying to open up a couple branches throughout the country, but that's we're still in the early stages. So
Oh, for sure. So, what things have you been doing? Have you gotten on any kind of platforms that help do that advertising for you? I know you said word of mouth, but what else does that incorporate for you?
social media, we've taken out ads on Facebook and whatever as well. But other than keeping up with our website and social media, that's about it.
Awesome. Do you feel like you've been able to keep up on those things yourselves, or do you feel like it's kind of harder to stay on top of all the contacts and the things that you're getting?
It's hard, yeah. I mean, we have our marketing team. We have about 2 or 3 people running that are doing their best to keep up with everything. But it's a little overwhelming
Yeah,
for
for
sure.
sure. Do
So
you guys notice that you're ever falling behind or missing out on any potential sales with people?
um, probably a little bit,
A little
just
bit.
because so much of what we're doing is manual
Hmm.
and requires putting data in or remembering information and stuff like that. And so just because of the human nature,
Yeah.
some people, though my team's pretty good, we occasionally forget something or do something to miss out on a sale, I'm
Okay.
sure. So, yeah.
Yeah, totally. Human error is the big factor.
Yeah. Totally.
Is there any other things that you guys are feeling like you're wanting to implement as far as your growth? Any kind of issues that you guys have been running into?
Just basically that is the biggest thing in the sense that I want it to be a little more automated, where that's what I'm looking for. I think in the CRM system is something
Okay.
that is not so dependent on people remembering information or remembering to do something, but something that can proactively remind us and help us be more effective instead of actually slowing us down, which is what
For sure
our current systems are doing.
So your biggest problem is just keeping up with all that stuff and skipping, like you're having the human error and then making sure all the little details are in there.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, cool.
And as we grow, I mean, that's going to only get more important.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's going to get more difficult and things like that. So, how much time do you guys feel like you spend on trying to get all that data inputted?
That's a good question. We have currently, with the college nearby, we pull a couple of students as interns for a lot of
that's awesome.
kind of grunt work and stuff. But, I mean, several hours a day definitely are put into managing all of our customers and needs and locations and everything like that. We've got a few hours every day devoted to that,
Gotcha.
at least by a few people. So,
you say, how many people do you generally have on top of that task?
Usually we have at any time 2 or 3 interns and then 1 or 2 like people in the marketing department on top of it as well, full time. So
okay,
it's a pretty hefty assignment. Definitely, it takes a lot of work
for sure. And are those internships paid?
Yeah.
Okay.
Minimum wage in Idaho,
That's
though,
nice.
it sucks.
I remember I went to school up here. Nobody pays worth crap.
Yeah, that's true.
It made it nice for all the business owners, though,
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Absolutely. It's nice. So.
Okay. Well, good to know. And then what other things is your marketing team trying to work on when they're having to take time off to go help the interns in that data input?
Basic marketing, like we've talked about, advertisements, helping the product grow.
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest thing that they're spending time on is we've selected a few areas that we want to expand to. Our second location will be a very important one, and so we're kind of narrowing down where we want to open up a second location. And so that's kind of what they're doing. Otherwise is just market research and narrowing down. We've got about 5 places and we'll have to select one of them. So
okay, awesome. So trying to think here. So you feel like for the most part their time could be spent better in different areas for you guys as far as like researching.
Yeah, definitely.
And things like that.
That's definitely the biggest priority right now. So it sucks when they're taking time to help an intern type in some data or something instead of really significant growth. So
how much extra growth or kind of like percentage wise do you think that marketing team would be able to help you guys achieve if they weren't working on any of this stuff with the data? And even if you had internships for helping find that research?
Yeah, I think once we get another location growing or opened up, I expect our growth to be pretty close to double, with the second location. So for now, it would just help speed up that expansion. And then once we've expanded, the growth would just be through the roof. Hopefully that's the plan. So
that sounds like a good plan.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. Well, I think there's definitely something there. Is there any other benefits that you see that could come from taken away some of the data side of things,
Um,
other than like the quick ability to get to your growth phase?
I think probably job satisfaction would improve a little bit. Some of these higher, they're full-time employees. They feel a little disrespected sometimes
Oh
when I have to
no.
put them with the interns, and so that definitely help them improve their morale a little bit if
Okay.
they weren't having to worry about that.
Awesome. Well, there's definitely a couple things that we'd like to sit and talk to you about that I think can help with that. So
Perfect.
great.
I look forward to it.
Awesome. Thanks, Nick.
You bet. Taylor, how you doing?
Good, Nick. How are you?
Good. Hey, thanks for taking the time to meet with me today. You have a huge office here. I wish I had one of those.
Dude, I scored when I came in here.
Yeah, this is sweet. Very spacious.
Yeah, I like it.
Cool. Well, just hoping to spend a few minutes talking to you, and mostly want to figure out what your needs are and what you're kind of hoping to get out of them, how we can help you best, pretty much. If you wouldn't mind telling me a little bit more about your business and what you guys do, that would help me out a lot.
Yeah, for sure. So pretty basic. We're a home security company. So we do a lot of alarms and just kind of the normal stuff. You see a lot of those Vivint door-to-door sales guys. We're a better step up from that.
Oh, yeah. I hate those guys.
So, yeah, we compete with that kind of a market. And so we go in, we have a lot of installs and a lot of sales that go on.
Okay. So are you primarily doing door-to-door, or do you do a different method of sales?
We've started doing door-to-door. We've gotten a lot of contracts with bigger companies. And so, I mean, we do a lot of our own installs and everything still. But, yeah, there's definitely a lot of different sales that we do. We do a lot of variety of stuff.
And you yourself, you guys do everything from, making the sale to installation to upkeep and everything? Like, you work through the whole process, or do you have just a specific?
Yeah, so we have salesmen. Our company, it does it all. So not only do we have guys that will go out and kind of sell, we have our own locations throughout the U.S. And then, so we do all the installs and stuff like that.
And you're all over the country then, pretty much? Or?
Yeah, we've been pretty spread out. We actually are, so we're in 15 states, but spread throughout across the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we've got quite a few locations. I think we have about like 20 locations.
Cool. Dang, that's awesome. How long have you guys been running? It sounded like it was pretty recent.
Kind of. I mean, we've been going for about 10 years or so.
Okay. Cool. Then, as you know, we're Enterprise, and you'd reached out to us to, learn a little bit more about our fleet services. How will those fleet services benefit you guys, or what problem are you looking to solve here with fleet cars?
We mostly just kind of want to streamline things a little bit. We'd like to be able to cover all of our vehicles from one supplier pretty much.
Okay. What do you guys use the vehicles for?
We do all of our installs mostly with them. So each location needs a couple vehicles, and they'll go out and do whatever install with whatever home we get a contract with. Okay.
And so are you primarily looking for big, vans and such, or smaller cars?
Yeah, we'd be needing primarily pickups and service vans.
Okay. Cool.
So some utility vans for sure.
And what are you guys doing right now? Do you have sounds like you have a number of vans and stuff that you just bought from all over, or?
Exactly. We have over 200 vehicles that the company owns. And so, yeah, it's been busy. The hard part with it, I'll be honest, is each location goes out and finds a deal from a local dealer.
Okay.
And so, I mean, it's just all over the place. Each state has kind of the minimum of how much they're paying. And So, I mean, it's ridiculous how much it fluctuates.
What are the biggest challenges with doing it that way?
I think just the fluctuation, to be honest. It's hard for us to kind of get a good idea of how much it's going to cost
Okay.
because everywhere is different. And each place, just to start them up, we're having to go and make connections in a new area.
Mm-hmm.
And so sometimes to me, it doesn't really feel like we get the best deal each time.
Okay.
So,
Do you feel like there's any benefits associated with doing it that way? I mean, like, do your connections help you out much, or you just want to buy from one supplier?
personally, I just want to buy from one supplier. I can see little benefits here. It's just our company gets in with other companies. We get to know them, which means their employees get to know us and things like that. So it's kind of a networking, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I kind of would rather have it be just one person and then find other ways to network with the community.
Okay. How much, so are you looking to replace like just all your vehicles across the board then, 200, or kind of phase some in and out?
Probably kind of phasing some in and out right now.
Okay.
As they go, or when they get closer to the end of their value, we'll get rid of them.
Okay.
So we're not losing more money on them. But definitely like keeping like a fresh supply in there as we go along, and then eventually it would be every location, and every new location would be from the one supplier.
Yeah. So if I get you right, then you mentioned the fluctuation, kind of the inconsistency in pricing. You feel like you're not getting fair value or good deals with your payments, and it's probably pretty confusing.
Yeah, it throws our numbers off quite a bit. Every time we go to start a new location, we try to get an estimate of how much it's going to cost, and it's never the same.
How long does that process take, getting the estimation and
the estimation's not too
making the decision
too long?
Stuff?
Yeah, it's going out and trying to clarify it more than it is getting the estimate, because we've done enough stores now. We know generally how much it would cost. So it is just more annoying when we get out to a place and it's just skyrocketed from what we estimated.
So it's more obviously a cost problem and then more of like a hassle problem, so much than it's not as time consuming.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm sure you feel that then, I guess, in terms of stress and having to worry about.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, going back to what you're saying there, the time consuming, it is a little frustrating because each area, each location, the manager is put into or is required to do certain operational things with the vehicles. Okay. So he has to keep up on all the maintenance, and then just making sure that everything is efficient and stuff like that. Okay. So,
and he spends a fair amount of time worrying about that, I assume.
Yeah, having to keep up on repairs and maintenance stuff, and it's just a little more difficult for them. It takes away from what they can do.
So do you feel like when you open up a new location, it takes a little bit longer to get the ball rolling out there than you would like because of having to worry about the cars and everything?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely takes a little longer. But to your question with how much time it takes, there's definitely a little bit of downtime. Honestly, we have most of it figured out before we're actually up and running. So before we're operational at the new location, it's just kind of the work beforehand. So, I mean, it's mostly whoever we send out there, whether it's myself or some of the other team members.
Okay. And are you the one then that's primarily making the final decisions about which cars to buy, or do you leave that to the managers?
We give the managers a lot of leeway. However, they usually, so being the CFO, I require them to send me a couple estimates. and then I'll go with, and we'll chat about it and see which one has the highest value to us, whether it's connections versus money. But for the most time, we just try to keep it as close to our cost as usual.
Okay. So, I mean, yeah, it sounds to me like this is a pretty time-consuming challenge if you have your managers worrying about it frequently, and then it's coming up to you as well with each one of the managers. You're probably spending a lot of time dealing with it as well.
Yeah.
Are there any other major challenges associated with your current fleet car situation?
No, I mean, kind of the same thing, just having the cost to replace everything and stuff like that. So,
okay. Well, yeah, I mean, that's what's awesome about our product then is we can get you those cars all across the board in time as you want to phase them in and out and stuff. But we can also set up maintenance programs and such that, you know, your managers and you won't even have to worry about it. You can just, you know, bring them in. We'll get you a new car that day and take care of it as well. So hopefully it'll save you guys a lot of time as well.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, I'm sure. I know you guys are trying to grow as well, so that time can be used to, I don't know what exactly you're trying to do with growth, but hopefully it can help you guys grow your business faster as well.
Definitely, that would be nice.
Cool. Well, sounds good then. I look forward to doing business with you in the future as well. So
yeah, we'll look to have a presentation with you.
Sweet. Thanks.
Cool, thanks.